Hello folks, I hope you're having a great day today. Today we're taking a look at the short story by Philip Robinson called The Man-Eating Tree that was published in the 1880s. This is the second short story in a row that I've done from that decade, looking at a short story that's in the horror genre that has a killer tree or a deathly tree aspect to it. The last one I just reviewed for you yesterday, but you won't see it until a week later, is Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's one. I heard about it from an episode of a show on YouTube from a PBS sub-channel called Monstrum that publishes an episode that takes a look at some of these different monster aspects and where they historically come from. And this is taking a look at the killer plant motif, right? And this is the second short story that is mentioned after the one that after The American's Tale that I knocked out by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. Now I like this genre a lot, so I did a little bit of digging. And I found that the first one, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's The American's Tale, and the next one that is name called have been published in a collection that was published a few years ago of other horror-based man-eating plant stuff. So I've ordered that on Amazon.com yesterday. It should be getting here on Monday, so that's a few days later. So I might read a novel between then because it's Friday, or I might just watch Sunday Night Football. Watch football. I watched this. I read this last night, about 15 minutes between 8 and 8:15 when the game started for Thursday Night Football, and I woke up from my nap. So it's fast. You will not take that long time. Philip Robertson is somebody who wrote a lot of travelogues, and this is also in a travelogue. It's a story being told by an uncle while he is vacationing in India. This travelogue that this novel is written from. It has a lot of stories and tales and those sorts of things that are from it. And so this is coming from that. And this has an evil plant-like creature that will be encountered by the uncle that is telling the tale had been vacationing. Well, I don't know if vacationing is the word. He was hunting in Africa. So I guess you might call that vacationing. With some locals, and then he comes across some darker things that happen. Obviously, this is a killer plant story, so it's going to be in a killer plant motif. I don't have to give you spoilers to tell you that. And then things will happen. And then he's telling the story as somebody who's survived it and was horrified by it, and what he winds up finding. Now again, I keep my reviews spoiler free, so I won't tell you anything more than that. But there you are. I'll go ahead and leave you to it. It was fun. It's probably just giving it more of like a 7 minus, like a 6.7 or 6.8, rounded up to a 7. Rather than a 7 or 7 plus or 8 minus like I gave the Sir Arthur Conan Doyle story. But it's fun. It's definitely interesting. I enjoyed it. It was very fast to read it. I found it online, so I'll link you to it online in the comments below. I'll also try to link you to that Monstrum on YouTube too, since you're watching this on YouTube. Hey, why not check that out too, right? And so I'll also try to link that in my comments too, in case you're interested in doing a deeper dive into seeing where a lot of these sorts of things. One thing that they pointed out that I think is pretty cool too, but I want to credit them, not myself, is that a lot of these short stories that had these killer plants are all from other places outside of Europe. They're all being written by people in Europe. This guy's English. The guy previously was English, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. The next one, H.G. Wells, he's also English too. And then there's a person in between these two, a lady who was writing at this time, who wrote a short story too. That's in the collection that I'm getting in a few days on Monday. But yeah, so we'll be doing a deeper dive into it because I definitely like this idea. Picking up a collection of horror short stories that have killer plant motifs it's a lot of fun. You guys know me. I love my horror stuff. So we'll go ahead and probably do a deeper dive into this once that collection arrives. But there you are. That's Philip Robinson's 1880s short story in a collection called The Man-Eating Tree. Have you heard of Philip Robinson? He wrote a lot of stuff, but it was all these sort of travelogues that were fictional rather than actual proper like normal fiction. So have you heard of him? Have you read some of his things? Have you read this? Have you heard of it? If so, what did you think about it? Let's talk about it in the comments below. And we can also talk about spoilers like the ending or what happened or details about the tree that they encounter and so forth. If you enjoyed this, why not hit that subscribe button. There should be a lot more of these to follow. And then I want to thank you so much for taking some time out of your day and investing it and watching my video. We all have so many things that are happening in our lives, and we're pulled in so many different directions. So the fact that you spent this time with me is incredibly humbling, and I appreciate it. So thanks again, and have an amazing day.